drops three. It's in. She is on fire right now on the Grand Star Sports Network. And good evening, everyone. We welcome you to Western Carolina University. We're on the campus on the Lady Catamounts home field this afternoon for high school softball action. It's your Robbinsville Lady Knights hosting the A.C. Reynolds Lady Rockets out of Asheville. Kevin Henson with you here on GramstarSports.com, your exclusive home for night athletics all year long and beyond. Memory Frapp is inside the circle. The infield is gathering around her. The game is set to begin. We're getting started right at showtime, fans, here on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon in Cullowhee. Leading off is shortstop Jayla Dotson. This is an anticipated rematch from just a couple of weeks ago, as a matter of fact, when the Lady Knights traveled to A.C. Reynolds. Another heartbreaking loss in Asheville. Robbinsville falling 9-8 in 8 innings. First pitch is framed in there. That is a ball that just misses. We are underway here in Cullowhee. Lady Knights traveled to Asheville, fell 9-8 in 8 innings thanks to Aubrey Treadway's 2-run walk-off homer in the bottom of the 8th. We'll see Treadway here in just a moment. Leading off the plate is shortstop Jayla Dotson. Dotson pops it up. It'll go foul and smack us here in the press box. We're right behind home plate this afternoon. We're glad you're with us for this free telecast of Lady Knights Athletics. We're throwing this one up for you, here on our YouTube page for all of you great fans. Pitch from Frapp misses outside. Memory Frapp, the senior hurler today for the Lady Knights, has really developed herself along these last few weeks. There's her offering. Miss Dotson fouls it off again. It's a battle here in the opening at bat in Cullowhee. Frapp has kind of taken a back seat in the start of the season to junior Naomi Taylor. That's not to discount Frapp's abilities at all, but Taylor's just been dealing a little bit better and has been the go-to for Billy Knight and the Lady Knights. And Frapp has finally come around here in the last couple of weeks and therefore getting more nods inside the circle. She's a dominant lights-out pitcher, former pitcher of the year in the Smoky Mountain Conference. Low ball 4, she lost her. So Jayla Dotson draws a leadoff walk to begin things here in Cullowhee. And that will bring up to the plate with nobody out, right fielder Trinity Poland batting in the 2-hole today. Aubrey Treadway, the starting pitcher that we've already mentioned, is due up third in this inning. Bunt goes nowhere. Pitch out of sorts. Schuler's right there to field it wide of second base. Good coverage by Robbinsville, springing into action on defense. Good to see some defensive continuity after the way things went Monday at Copper Basin. Game at Young Harris College. We'll mention that in just a moment. Here's the pitch. Popped up foul. A lot of foul balls peppering the perimeter here at Western Carolina in the early going. Robbinsville did prevail at Young Harris College over Copper Basin in a 15-8 victory, but committed an unsightly and extremely unusual 6 errors in that ball game. Little screamer hit to Presley Kaler at third, throw to first, and field umpire Carl Geneluska calls her safe. So a little bit of a pickle here in the early going. 2 on, not a soul out, and Aubrey Treadway looks to make them pay here in the top of the first. Crab gets the sign from the dugout, fires, and it's a bunt by Treadway, but it goes foul. Boy, that bounced right off the top of the plate. Holy cow, what a bad break. I could have moved the runners up one base each, of course. Treadway back in there. Here's the pitch. Another bunt. She gets it down this time. Throw to first by Frapp. Will be on time. Throw comes home. Little anxious Dotson trying to make a play. And catcher Draley Webster applies the tag. Well, that's one of the most unorthodox double plays you'll see, but that's effective. That's 2 outs here in the top of the first. And here comes catcher Autumn Edmonds in the cleanup hole to try and salvage AC Reynolds' positive start to the top of the first. They got 2 on. And in an unusual double play, I'll have to do the math in my head on that, actually. Hold on just a moment while we get that sorted out. 2 base runners eliminated. Pitch catches inside part of the plate, 0-1. Inside a little too much that time. 1 ball, 1 strike. Frapp fakes a pickoff attempt to third. Don't see that too often in softball. Pickoff throws are not common for pitchers. Normally, something your backstop would pull out of their bag of tricks. Here's the 1-1. Outside. No, I'm sorry. I caught the outside part of the plate. Beg your pardon. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Double play went 1-3-2. Thank you very much. That's one way to get 2 on the board quickly. Runner still at third here in the top of the first. Swing and a miss. Treadway's down. Or I beg your pardon, Edmonds down. And Frapp escapes the jam. Reynolds strands one here in the top of the first. Lady Knights are coming up here at Western. And as you hear TNT blare out across Western Carolina's softball complex, we welcome you back. It's Robbinsville AC Reynolds softball this afternoon in Jackson County as the most feared hitter in the Lady Knights lineup, Zoe Schuler, steps up into the batter's box to jumpstart the Lady Knights here in the bottom of the first. And the first pitch she sees from Aubrey Treadway is looked at as a bunt, but doesn't occur. Schuler, as we mentioned just about every broadcast, a University of Tennessee commit, so don't forget her name. You'll be seeing a lot about her in the coming years in Knoxville. And that one hit her. No, wait a minute. Home plate umpires saying it didn't. Schuler no doubtedly just took off up the first baseline, and some of the players in the dugout trying to argue that Schuler is a honest young lady. That's true. But unfortunately, the dugout, Billy Knight, Zoe Schuler cannot convince the home plate umpire. Schuler just took off like she knew it had hit her. And that pitch misses away. That's an interesting start to the bottom of the first here in Cullowhee. Schuler swings and misses. Big cut. I believe that's going to make the count 2 balls and 2 strikes on Zoe Michael. Sorry, Waddy is in the on-deck circle. You saw her hand the bat to Zoe just a moment ago. Strike 3 called inside corner. Schuler in disbelief as she exits the frame. 1 down. Well, it's got to make Miss Treadway feel good to strike out the strongest batting threat in the lineup. Here's another one, though. Sorry, Waddy, a sophomore. Second baseman has been just blistering the cover off the ball over the last few weeks. Outside, ball 1. I dare say it just Seems like it took some of the basketball players that have transferred over to softball this spring a little longer to develop and get caught up to speed, so to speak. And I think they're doing a fine job. There's Waddy trickling as a single through the infield. And that's a one-out hit for Surrey Waddy. That will bring up perhaps the other most feared hitter in the lineup. Certainly the one that has went yard more than anyone else this season. Another sophomore, Sophie Roberts. Sophie Roberts. Sheeler has been with the Lady Knights for 3.5 seasons now, of course, and has been the feared hitter. Sophie Roberts transferred in the offseason from Andrews, and needless to say, has made a claim for herself as a feared hitter for years to come. Also, a catcher for the Lady Knights. Roberts has been in the top ranking in the state of North Carolina for much of the year in the home run category. And she slices that one foul. High throw to Treadway by the umpire. Oops. Lottie's still at first. One out here in the bottom of the first. As we said, a beautiful evening here in Cullowhee. We want to thank the staff and crew at Western for letting us set up shop today. Trey Fisher, the public communications director here at the university, pitch outside. They keep checking Waddy, keeping her honest over at first. Should say he's the facilities director. That's the better term for it. But either way, he gave us permission to go live. And, of course, always a privilege. We like to go live every year here from Western. And, of course, we're with you Monday from Young Harris. It's spring break for the Lady Knights. Graham County out of school this week. But Billy Knight gets these girls some games in to make sure they don't lose their touch, so to speak. Hey, the formula has been successful. Lady Knights are the current 6-time Smoky Mountain Conference champions in a row, should say. 6 consecutive titles won, dating back to 2017. Of course, the 2020 season, there was no champion crowned. Thanks, COVID. Lady Knights have won 15 overall, beginning in 1981. So success bears some fruit. Lady Knights made the Western Regional Final Round in 2019. Never made it to the state championship, though. This could be the year as Roberts chops one right over the head of shortstop Maggie Nesbitt. And Waddy comes all the way around the horn to score. It's 1-0 Robbinsville here in the bottom of the first. And up comes Memory Frapp in the cleanup spot today. No doubt about it, fans, a batting threat of her own. She can rake inside the box for sure. Plate umpire's going to clean the plate off after that slide at home. Waddy getting a little dirt on the uniform for Sasha to have to apply some extra detergent to later on tonight. Lady Knights are decked out in their black on black color scheme, which is normally their road attire. Usually wear the whites when they're at home. And not sure if you'll call it a wild pitch or a pass ball, but Roberts will move up 90 feet either way and is in scoring position. It's off the edge of the glove of Edmonds. She tried to get it. It was wild and outside. We may have to go with a wild pitch on that in your scorebook if you're keeping score at home. And it's like a courtesy runner is going to come out now that Roberts is in scoring position. That's Ella McGuire that has jogged out of the dugout, freshman for the Lady Knights. Memory Frapp patiently standing to the left of the batter's box. Our left, should say. And I think we've got all the lineup changes in order. Count is 1-0 on Frapp. Still only one out here in the bottom of the first. Schuler striking out to begin the frame in a bit of controversial fashion. And Edmonds snags that one on the outside corner. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike. She got the call. High chop to the shortstop, Jayla Dotson. She'll fire it across the horn. And that is out number 2. Ella McGuire stays put. And as Charlie Daniels croons out across the campus, Presley Kaler steps up, freshman sensation that has joined the ranks. That strong 8th grade class is up and is amongst us. And the middle school program continues to produce a lot of success that carries over to the high school level. Even this year, Lady Knights are undefeated at the middle school level. Right in the middle of a lengthy break, though, in the middle of the season, thanks to weather. The 8th grade coastal trip that Robbinsville Middle School takes every year, and of course, spring break. They will return home next Tuesday against Hiawassee Dam Ranger, HDR for short. It'll be their first game in about 3 weeks, as a matter of fact. They'll have to see if any rust has set in. Hopefully not. Edmonds and Treadway getting the call. Popped up a mile high off the net behind us. Behind the plate, I should say. Kaler's still alive here in the bottom of the first. There's a words of encouragement coming from the Reynolds faithful on hand this afternoon. Here's the pitch. Kaler takes it low and in. McGuire takes off for third, and she is out. Well, what a late break on that. That ball dropped in the dirt. McGuire took off a bit late. We'll go to the top of the second.
Top of the second, left fielder, Katie Williams.
So Katie Williams will lead off as we're back with you from Western Carolina. It's 1-0 Lady Knights after Sophie Roberts drives in Surrey Waddy in the bottom of the first. Presley Kaler is hanging out in purgatory right now. She will continue her at bat. New count, of course, in the bottom of the second. Ella McGuire gunned down at third to end the inning. First pitch from Frapp is on the outside part of the plate, and the count is no balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, it was. We had it really close.
And a fly ball down the right field line will go foul. Counts no balls, 2 strikes, excuse me. Frapp trying to wrangle the relay. She's got it now. Fans, if you're enjoying what you're watching this afternoon, we encourage you to join us over at GramstarSports.com. You're getting this one free and live on YouTube, but if you want to catch us all season long, all year long and beyond, we stream 5 varsity sports for the Robbinsville Lady Knights and Black Knights. We cover volleyball, football, basketball, baseball, and softball as a part of the Graham Star, your hometown newspaper since 1955. We are the only local media source in Graham County, and very glad to do it for 68 years. We'll turn 69 years young on June the 24th. So our 70-year anniversary bash will be coming up next year. Products evolved over the years, of course. No more paste up. It's a throwback term for some of you newspaper fanatics. Outside pitch. Williams working a lengthy at bat to begin the second. And we started our live stream venture of sorts during the pandemic. Streaming government meetings, community events. 2021, we took over streaming Robbinsville athletics when we were at a time and fans were only allowed in the gym 25 at a time. Boy, what a wild world that was. Social distancing and all that jazz was in effect. Media was there, and media brought it to you, and we just kept it going since. And catch made in shallow right field will be out. Number 1 here in the top of the second.
The third baseman, Jordan Dorsey.
And here's Jordan Dorsey in the 6-hole, followed by the designated player today, Tori Langford. She's batting for Maggie Nesbitt, the flex. We mentioned her at second base in the last inning. First pitch to Miss Dorsey is inside, ball one. Seems like the Lady Knights, I mean, it's hard to have a pitching staff of sorts in high school ball, especially when you're at the 1A level. You just don't have that many pitchers developed. Here's the pitch first from Frapp, swung on and missed. 1-1 However, in the case of the Lady Knights, they've done a fine job of developing pitchers and have a staff. They've got 3 to go to at any time they need it. We mentioned Naomi Taylor has done a fine job as the number 1 so far this season. And that pitch catches the outside part, 1-2. It appears now that Taylor and Frapp may be 1A and 1B. Frapp getting a lot more starts here in the last couple of weeks. 1-2 pitch. Outside a bit too much. 2-2. But the third pitcher, Presley Kaler, she had her first varsity start of the year last Tuesday. Picked up the dub at home against the Andrews Lady Wildcats. Kaler was a lights-out hurler in middle school and has transitioned well at the high school level, as has much of that 8th grade class we've already mentioned. And why are we mentioning that? Well, there's only 3 seniors this year. Zoe Schuler, Memory Frapp, and Delaney Brooms, who is not on the field today. Might see her later in a pinch runner role. She's experienced some health issues over the last few months, but she's in the dugout keeping them lifted up as well. And only 3 juniors, 4 juniors, Carpenter, Barlow, Olivia Lewis, and of course Naomi Taylor. Liz Carpenter in right field today. Claire Barlow is inside the dugout, has been the left fielder most of the year. Today that award goes to Sydney Adams. Pitch popped up foul. And behind the plate, I'll check out Adams is one of the reserves. Ella Atwell is getting the start today. These freshmen run together. I'm sorry, fans. Atwell coming off a huge game. Strike 3, swung on and missed. Throw to first to complete the K, and it is successful. 2 down. Atwell coming off the game of her young career Monday at Copper Basin. That game, of course, played at Young Harris, as we already mentioned. Atwell went 5 for 5 against the Cougars. Needless to say, helped lift Robbinsville to that W. Zoe Schuler and Sophie Roberts hit homers in the game to aid the cause as well. Pitch misses 1-0. Tori Langford at the plate. Maddie Davis, the first baseman, in the on-deck circle if the inning continues here on the Graham Star Sports Network. Inside. Two balls, no strikes. Swung on and missed. I'll get a strike in the column. 2-1 the count. Fans, if you haven't subscribed to the Graham Star, I've got 2 questions. Number 1, why? Obviously. And number 2, what you waiting for? The Graham Star office is located at 720 Tallulah Road in Robbinsville. And you can give us a call during our business hours as well. We take subscriptions over the phone if you'd like to sign up and get the latest news from and around Graham County, North Carolina. We also have an electronic edition that will deliver to your inbox hours before it hits the streets on Wednesday afternoons. Ball trickled to Waddy. She'll move 2 steps to her right and snag it. That'll do it here in the top of the second. We'll go to the bottom of the inning. 1-0 Lady Knights.
Leading off for Robbinsville in the bottom of the second, Presley Taylor.
Taylor will try to finish what she started, literally, as we were back with you live. I didn't even hear Diamond Rio playing that time. My goodness. Here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Taylor's at bat, as we mentioned, was in the middle of her duke with Miss Treadway in the bottom of the first when Ella McGuire took off for third on what looked to be a wild pitch. And Edmonds gunned her down 2-5 to end the bottom of the inning.
He is here.
First pitch is fouled off. It's 0-1. And now that's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Presley Taylor.
We have a busy weekend between spring football, baseball, soccer camp, and a soccer game.
Catamounts seems like they have a busy schedule. Here's some chatter here in the press box with us about the upcoming schedule.
Next weekend will be even crazier between softball, baseball, track meet, and soccer.
And Kaler puts the bat on the ball, and it's dribbled into left field. That's a leadoff single for Robbinsville here in the bottom of the second. And it ushers to the plate left fielder Ella Atwell.
The left fielder, Ella Atwell.
And Atwell shows bunt and is out. Well, what an unfortunate break. That was a decent little bunt in between the circle and home plate, but as she exited the batter's box, the ball hit her. That's an automatic out. Goes down as a 2 unassisted if you're a scoring fanatic at home. And I think Billy Now's trying to get a little bit of an explanation on what happened. As Miss Treadway and Miss Edmonds have a mini caucus inside the circle. 2 outs, or excuse me, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Presley Taylor still over at first, hanging tight. Having some chatter with assistant coach Joanne Knight. And Liz Carpenter will be the batter.
Liz Carpenter.
Carpenter will come out with 1 down, looking to get Kaler around and give Robbinsville a little bit of breathing room.
How are you on your recovery now?
I get 2 weeks and then I get it off.
Oh, that's great. Good. You were rehabbing over the summer, I guess, and then back to volleyball again in the fall. So playing again?
Yeah.
Carpenter splits the gap. Boy, what a shot to right center field. Kaler will circle around third. And up steps Naomi Taylor. Liz Carpenter with a double.
The first baseman, Naomi Taylor.
Boy, Kaler took a wide turnover at the bag, but ended up hanging tight. Better safe than sorry, of course. And Lady Knights have 2 on, both in score position, with Naomi Taylor stepping up to the plate, first baseman today. As we've already mentioned, has been the go-to for the pitching staff this year for Robbinsville. And when she's not inside the circle, she mans an infield spot. She takes first pitch as a ball. And yet another 2-0 to Naomi Taylor. So Treadway's in a bit of a pickle here in the bottom of the second. 2 on, 1 out. Robbinsville still only up 1-0 at Western Carolina. Taylor pops that one, boy. It jumped off the bat. Right, center field. It's out of here. Oh, my. Naomi Taylor hits her first of the season. It's a 3-run dinger. Taylor gets greeted at the plate. And Robbinsville has exploded now. It's 4-0 here in the bottom of the second. And Tupac will begin to play and usher in the bottom of the lineup. A super fast athlete in Anna Williams, the center fielder. Boy, that ball just jumped off of Taylor's bat. That was a solid connection. Kind of had to poke it in opposite field. No doubter for Naomi Taylor.
10 after 5. That's it. That comes the 8 out.
Pitch is up and away. Williams thought about a bunt, so the infield came scurrying in. There's some proper English for you.
Yeah, if you couldn't tell, I haven't played a day of softball ever.
Yeah, all of them. The league still has some scammers this year. I think
that one way outside. Treadway may have to get a little bit of the anxiety out of her body after giving up that 3-run bomb just a moment ago. It's 4-0 here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Treadway is a senior for Lady Rockets. Ball exchange. Treadway's got something she likes now. I believe she does. Williams outside the box, steps back in. Umpire signals 2-0, and card is looked at. Pitch fired. Low, 3-0. Well, if you're Robbinsville, you got to like this good start to this one here in Cullowhee after the way things turned out just a week or two ago in Asheville. Another bunt shown, and she pulls it back for ball 4. So they put a very fast runner on the base path here with Lady Knights already up by 4. Zoe Schuler back out to redeem herself after the strikeout in the bottom of the first.
Shortstop, Zoe Schuler.
Outside, 1-0. Throw to second. You're not going to get Anna Williams too easily. She's in there. We'll never see a lot of CSs in the box scores. Caught stealings on Miss Williams. She can flat zip on the base path. 1-0 the count. Outside, good stop. Williams could have easily took off to third if that one had gotten to the backstop, but Edmonds earning her keep tonight behind the plate. Treadway has struggled since the word go with control issues. It's not something you want to see if you're the senior pitcher for a team. 3-0 now on Zoe Schuler. And Schuler taking all the way, not a bad idea. And it caught the zone. 3 balls, 1 strike. And why not after 7 straight balls issued? Make the pitcher throw a strike. Good call. And that'll be a walk. So 4-pitch walk to Williams, 5-pitch walk to Schuler, 2 on now for Robbinsville. Once again here in the bottom of the second, and yet another conference taking place inside the circle. Treadway looking a little jittery this afternoon. Surrey Waddy lurks off camera, set to bat next. I mean, this is a long discussion as they brought the home plate umpire to try and speed things along just a little bit.
The second baseman, Surrey Waddy.
Waddy will finally step up now. 2 on here in the bottom of the second. Still only 1 out. First one catches the bottom part of the plate. The zone, excuse me, want to know the count. Counts 1 ball and 1 strike. Treadway gets her orders. 2-1 on the way. Popped up and out of play. Onward we roll here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Popped up into right center field, but playable. 2 gone. Runners will stay put. Anna Williams still at second. Schuler at first. Catch snagged in center field by Cameron Presley. We'll see her bat in the top of the third. And Roberts will step in now after an RBI single in the bottom of the first. Ellie Taylor hit that 3-run homer earlier this inning to extend the Lady Knights' advantage. And continue on we do with Miss Roberts. Frapp is due up next if the inning continues. And Roberts chops it, I believe, foul. Are they going to say they got her? They did. Holy cow. Williams in a bang-bang play is out at third base. We'll go to the third after Taylor's 3-run homer. It's 4-0.
Leading off for the Lady Rockets in the top of the third, first baseman, Maddie Davis.
Maddie Davis, Cameron Presley, and Jayla Dotson, your 3 batters due up for AC Reynolds. As we're back with you from Western Carolina, it's the top of the third, and it's the Gramstar Sports Network bringing you this afternoon's coverage of Lady Knights softball action. Strike right down the belt line, 0-1 by Memory Frapp. Good pitch to begin things here in the third. Swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes. Quickly on Maddie Davis. Feel like we're going to be bringing you some Lady Night softball for quite a while this year. It seems as though the way things are progressing, the Lady Knights are going to be with us for a while, especially during the playoffs. And hey, guess what? If we're at home, we can for sure 1,000% guarantee you that we'll have that game here on GramstarSports.com. Outside.
Hello. You're on speaker.
That's a ball and 2 strikes.
I am. Are you on softball?
Swung on and missed. Big cut. She's down. Davis erased to begin the top of the third. That will summon Cameron Presley.
Up next, the center fielder, Cameron Presley.
Good. Good.
I'm pretty sure it's the same thing.
Same issue.
Yeah.
Can they come out?
I think I'm just going to order the
Pitch is
part.
inside.
I'll try a part, I'll send it back.
Presley steps back in. Here's the pitch from Frapp. Popped up. Playable. Zoe Schuler barely took a step to her right to make the play. 2 outs in short order here in the top of the third.
The shortstop, Jayla Dodson.
No, not nearly on there.
To the top of the lineup, Jayla Dodson drew a leadoff walk to begin this ball game. Really the only predicament that Memory Frapp's been in so far. 2 runners got on the top of the first, and she escaped the inning unscathed. First pitch to Dodson, big cut. She comes up empty out to chase one, breaking away. 0-1 the count.
Pitch, ma'am.
Outside. Wow. Strike called. Great pitch. 1-2 the count on Jayla Dodson here on the Gramstar Sports Network. 2 outs, nobody on for the Lady Rockets here in the top of the third. And Webster couldn't get a bit of webbing on that one. The Webster webbing had a bit of a hole in it. That one broke a little hard at the last second, went inside and away. No harm done. And right in there, how about Taylor coming up and making the play? No harm done. We'll go to the bottom of the inning. 4-0, Lady Knights.
The orientation tomorrow?
Leading off for the Lady Knights in the bottom of the third is pitcher Henry.
You know what I didn't realize? It's at
Frapp will
8:30.
step up here to begin things in the bottom of the third inning. Welcome back to Cullowhee, Western Carolina, hosting Robbinsville and AEC Reynolds softball action here on this Wednesday afternoon in Jackson County.
That's what I'm saying. It's literally a campus tour. Like, why do I need a campus tour?
And that pitch is upstairs to Memory Frapp.
Oh, good.
Third inning well underway now here in Cullowhee. This is Robbinsville's final game until next week, so as we mentioned earlier, head coach Billy Knott always gets the team a couple of games during spring break, but makes it special by hosting them on college campuses. After today, that's all she wrote until next Tuesday. Robbinsville travels to Hiawassee Dam. That's a big conference matchup.
Josh is like, can I convince you?
And then they will host the Lady Eagles next Friday. Frapp will take off for first to begin the bottom of the third.
Marlon's not going.
Presley Kaler will step up. Blair Barlow, the flex, has popped out of the dugout to run as the courtesy runner. Excuse me, Barlow is not the flex today. I'm so sorry, guys. Barlow, I'm so used to her being the flex this season. I'm a little out of order there. My apologies. Barlow's first appearance in the game. Sophie Roberts is the DP today. She's batting for Draley Webster. So that's your flex. Now we'll get it right. Pitch outside. Barlow takes off and in a manner most graceful takes second base. Well, hey, they get onto the girls sometimes for not sliding enough. Barlow slid. It wasn't pretty, but the base is hers. Oh, my. Stolen base will be credited to Claire Barlow. Onward we roll. She's in scoring position now for Presley Kaler in the bottom of the third. 4-0 Robbinsville advantage. And Kaler pokes that one to second base. That'll move the runner over. Get him on, move him over, and bring him in. Robbinsville's got 2/3 of that finish. Barlow at third now. And here's Atwell. Try to bring her home.
Set out rooms and fans and stuff like that.
Wow, that one inside, but umpire gave it the call. 0-1.
Well, everything in football's tested. Scoreboard, referee, it works. Music works. Video works.
He's good. Brennan?
I did not do Brandon.
Atwell hacking. That one also dribbles our press box. Well, you could about stock an entire next game based off the foul balls alone that have been hitting this one. Glad you're with us here, bottom of the third, live and in living color from Western Carolina. One danced a little high and a little inside for home plate umpire's liking. I believe the count's 2-2 now on Ella Atwell here in the bottom of the third. Liz Carpenter due up next. Atwell patiently awaiting here. Good at bat for the freshman. Counts full, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Did not. 6-4.
And she'll draw the walk. Good at bat by Ella Atwell. And they got him at the corners here in the bottom of the third for Liz Carpenter. Failed to mention, new pitcher in the game, Catherine Welch, took over. Treadway just could not get things tamed this afternoon inside the circle. And they have summoned Miss Welch, the junior. She'll be pitching next year to take care of things.
To the point where it's upstate.
And Sydney Adams has jogged out to run for Atwell, so we may have that left field prophecy come true that I mentioned earlier in this telecast.
I left one in the dugout.
For Robbinsville is Carpenter.
Carpenter steps up after a double in the bottom of the second.
Like, see, I haven't been in for like 5 minutes.
And a pitch out. Throw's coming home. And that's going to be an out. It is, I believe. Yes, indeed. They got Barlow. Boy, a lot of chicanery being pulled there by Robbinsville here in the bottom of the third. So another caught stealing. Barlow tried to sneak home. She's thrown out. 2-6-2. Thank you very much. Swung on and missed at one inside, a bit inside, I should say. Sydney Adams is at third now. You don't see her on the screen because during all the moving and shaking a moment ago, she snuck to third base.
Ooh. What kind?
Grounded to third. Throw to first will be in time. They got her. Robbinsville will strand one. Bottom of the third out of the way. Top of the fourth coming up. 4-0 Lady Knights.
Leading off for AC Reynolds at the top of the fourth is right fielder Trinity Poland.
So Rockets have the heart of their order coming up. 2, 3, 4 spots. Poland, Treadway, and Edmonds due up.
It's really just on the pregame and post it takes probably like 3 hours on the front side and then probably another hour and a half to 2 hours on the back side to get it back right again.
Wow.
It's like a special type of dirt.
Oh.
They have to treat it real good, water it, and then like roll it with big concrete paper. It's a lot.
Gotcha.
Well, I said we were back for the top of the fourth. It was like we were getting a little bit of a delay to start things.
Now playing in left field for Robbinsville there, Barlow.
So I stand corrected. Sydney Adams came in to pinch run for Ella Atwell, but Claire Barlow has stayed in to play in left field. All right, top of the fourth. We're finally set to go on the Gramstar Sports Network. At long last, there's Trinity Poland. Low ball one.
73 right now. Second in conference of Robbinsville.
Fly ball chipped down the right field line. Liz Carpenter jogs over for it, but she'll run out of room before she can get a glove on it. 21 the count.
I'm the sports reporter for the newspaper in Robbinsville, so I do everything plus from the newspaper. I'm the publisher, editor. I joke that I'm a sports writer too, but I am. So, yeah. I grew up doing sports, so.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Good pitch by Frapp. She has been dealing this afternoon.
Newspapers a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So getting to do this is kind of like living out the best of
That fires. Grounded, and it hops into right field. Liz Carpenter will scoop it up. But a good single to start off things in the top of the fourth for Trendy Poland and the Lady Rockets.
How about a Aubrey Treadway?
First pitch to Treadway.
Nothing but a strike.
Good one, yes.
Outside. And you hear the Rockets getting excited. This could be their best chance to strike here in this ball game to this point. Here on the Gramstar Sports Network.
I know you don't have a monitor, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Normally I'm right next to it, but the Knights play down here tonight, so.
And that will excuse Miss Treadway from the proceedings.
Another 50, Autumn Edmonds.
Autumn Edmonds, the batter. First pitch outside, ball one to Miss Edmonds. Swung on and missed. Huge cut. Nothing to show for it. Perhaps get them to bite at that fastball up and away, and they're not connecting. Dribbled, and that'll cut into the outfield. Splits the gap. Center fielder Anna Williams will relay it back into Schuler. And the run scores. Reynolds is on the board. It's 4-1. Poland comes all the way around the horn. Edmonds with an RBI double.
Caden Williams.
Caden Williams wants to continue the fun. Rockets finally strike here in the top of the fourth. Pitch fouled off. And a grounder to Schuler. She'll field it cleanly and fire to Taylor as Edmonds moves up to third.
Courtesy running for the catcher is number 2, Ava Grinfinger.
Ava Grinsinger has jumped out to pinch run over at third base for the catcher, Autumn Edmonds. And third baseman Jordan Dorsey looks to continue to build upon the RBI double that Miss Edmonds put in play earlier in this inning. First pitch. Popped up foul. She's running from the word goes, what you're supposed to do, but it's for naught. She'll have to jog back. Only one to count. Starting to get a little dark here in Cullowhee. Lots will be on, I'm sure, in short order. Swung on and missed. Swing and a miss. Dorsey's down. They strand a runner, but they score one. Rockets are back in it, 4-1. Leonite still lead here on the Graham Star Sports Network.
Leading off for Robbinsville on the bottom of the fourth, number 99, Naomi Taylor.
Naomi Taylor will begin things for the Lady Knights here in the bottom of the fourth after smashing a 3-run homer to right center field in the bottom of the second. She's got nobody on the base path at the moment, but she could still do some damage. And that one up and in, ball one.
I played soccer in 99.
Here's the pitch. And Taylor gets a piece of it in reverse. 1-1 the count.
What'd you play?
I did a lot of midfield, so a lot of running around. And then for track, I did 4x1, 4x4, and 100.
And Taylor pops that one to deep center field. It is over the Catamount logo. Oh, baby. Taylor 2 for 2 on long balls today. How about that? A solo shot to jumpstart Robbinsville here in the bottom of the fourth. 5-1 Lady Knights. Thanks to Nene going yard for the second time today. Boy, where's this bat been all year? Thank you very much, Naomi Taylor.
Is it on right?
Yep, you got it right.
Yeah, that pole right there. You blocking half of it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So I don't know
How about a Anna Williams?
I don't know when I hit it or if I hit it twice.
No, it's 5-5. Yep.
Perfect.
Yep. Young lady's running the camera for me over there, but she's not hopping around on them. But it's athlete of like every sport, I think. So, because volleyball, basketball, softball, you do track too.
No.
Welch gets the sign. Williams takes the pitch. Low. Boy, Robbinsville just buzzing over here in the dugout to our left. Second home run of the ball game for Naomi Taylor, coming here in the bottom of the fourth. So Robbinsville in full command at the moment. Inside offering to Williams. And it misses. 2-0 the count. And home plate umpire signals a gruff strike. 2-1 the count. Zoe Schuler due up next, as Robbinsville is already set to begin its third trek through the lineup in just a moment. Williams blisters that one to Dotson. Throw to first will be in time. Bang, bang, play. You have to do that with Anna Williams on the base path. And that's the first out of the inning.
Got one out.
Schuler up now with
You did a
one
great
out.
job. I really appreciate your help in doing this. Need you more often.
And Schuler hits a dribbler and probably could have ran to second if she'd have wanted to, but like she was holding back. That's an errant throw. They wouldn't have had her either way. It's an infield single for Zoe Schuler. One out here in the bottom of the fourth. Surrey Waddy will step up. And a gun to second. I need to look back at some point in my busy life and see if Zoe Schuler's ever been caught stealing in high school. I don't like the chances of that for some reason. She just swiped another base here in Cullowhee tonight. Closing in on that all-time program record, Abigail Knight stole 90 bases in her high school career. And that will be sent through the infield to center field. Schuler didn't stop from the word go. Waddy didn't either. And she's gunned down at second on the super rare 8-2-6 putout. 2 outs. Bases empty now, but a run in. RBI single for Surrey Waddy. It's now 6-1. Sophie Roberts will try to continue the offensive output for Robbinsville in this one. This dribbles away.
Everything else look great?
Roberts doubled in the first run of the game, or singled in, I should say. Reached second on a wild pitch and then was relieved of her running duties at that point by Ella McGuire.
Oh, okay.
Hutchinson?
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then for college, I went here.
Right. So how did you go from suburban Charlotte to here?
My freshman year of college, I went to Clemson,
Okay.
and then during COVID, I came up to the mountains a lot, saw Western, and then just got involved. So I was like, why not?
Yeah, sure. What did you major in?
Sport management and marketing.
Nice. You're doing exactly what you.
Yeah. Yeah, college was fun because I worked for Panthers, I worked for FC, hockey, so I got to work a little bit of everything.
Breaking ball froze. Roberts in her tracks. Layonuts get another pair home. Taylor homers. Waddy singles in Schuler. 6-1. Lady Knights will go to the fifth from Western.
For the Lake Rockets from the top of the fifth, the DP, Tori Langford.
Tori Langford set to lead off as we're back live from Cullowhee, Western Carolina University. Catamount Softball Complex hosting Robbinsville and AC Reynolds softball here on this Wednesday evening in Jackson County.
Well, you would think by now if you were going to pick up the accent.
Yeah, I would have.
I mean, yeah.
My New York accent is kind of gone, which kind of stinks, but
You're kind of right in the middle there.
yeah.
when I was in college, mine got better, but since I started working on mountains and stuff again, it's
Come back.
it's back to cornbread. I can't stand when I listen to myself talk to God because I'm just like, I'd see it a little bit, but
When I first came to Western, I know he's definitely still a little bit hard. But working for Trey, he is so southern.
where's he from?
He grew up, he's been in Coley for 30 years. Has not moved. Went to Smoky Mountain,
Okay.
went to Western.
Yeah.
Langford swings and misses. Frapp continues to deal nothing but aces in this ball game. Only one run's come home.
Yeah.
RBI double by
They're good.
catcher Autumn Edmonds in the top of the fourth. Robbinsville got the run right back after Naomi Taylor hit a homer to lead off the bottom of the fourth. And Langford becomes another victim of Frapp's hot deals from inside the circle. One out here in the top of the fifth.
Reynolds, number 7, Kayla Dottie.
So we have a pinch hitter, it looks like. Kayla Dowdy has popped out of the dugout, batting in the hole formerly manned by Maddie Davis. Not sure if Miss Davis is hurt or what the deal may be. Swing and a miss. And she had to chase one outside in 3 pitches. Dowdy is out of here. Thank you for your appearance, Miss Dowdy. 2 gone. Cameron Presley, the center fielder, went out bat. And umpire settles a strike 0-1. Inside and upstairs. Presley fouls one off that was coming outside. Got a nice break on it. Reynolds has really struggled to adapt to anything that Miss Frapp has dealt out this afternoon. And another one chipped foul down the left field line and out of play. First pitch. Boy, Webster tried her darndest to frame that one. Did not get the call. No fault of her own, though. She gave it her best. Presley working a lengthy stint at the plate right now here in the top of the fifth. Kayla Dotson due up next. Swung on and missed. And Dotson will have to wait. Frapp struck out the side. We'll go to the bottom of the inning, 6-1, Lady Knights.
Lady Knights in the bottom of the fifth, number 3, Hillary.
Frapp takes strike one as we're back with you for the bottom of the fifth from Western Carolina. Kevin Hensley with you on GramstarSports.com. As we're working on some changes to our product coming up in the fall months when we come back to you for volleyball and football action. And it's hard to believe we're about to say this. Volleyball is just 4 months away from its first broadcast, give or take a few days. Sports cycle seems to never really slow down too much, just kind of a quick tap of the brakes, and it's time for the next school year and the next sports season as such. We're hoping to move to an exclusive pay-per-view model here on our YouTube page, but we kind of need your help to get there, fans. The restrictions of YouTube. Here's the pitch, first of all, to Frapp. 1-2 is going to be chopped foul to stay alive. Boy, she took a lot off of that one, did Miss Welch. YouTube requires 1,000 subscribers to a page before you can do live pay-per-view broadcasts. We've checked, we've tried to plead our case with the great folks at Google. And, well, here we are. We're still having to beg our case. So you see how that turned out. 1-2 to Frapp. Chase one up and in. Strike three. Good pitch. Welch is fired up after that strikeout. And Presley Kaler will step up with one out and nobody on. So we need your help. We need you to go to our YouTube page, click the subscribe button. You're here watching this game on the YouTube page anyway, so why not? While you're here, just click that subscribe button, hit the notifications bell. You'll be alerted anytime we go live or anytime we upload content. We upload content pretty regularly here to the page, especially if we've had a recent government meeting. Those are usually uploaded the same evening or maybe even the next day. Sports, we do hold off on a little bit due to the fact that we don't really want to give out essentially game film for other programs to study. Once it's off the air, it's in our archives. Dotson guns down. Taylor at first, 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth. So we have a rule in place and a nice little agreement with Robbinsville High School. We always hold off on releasing archived versions of our broadcast for games until after the season is over. So if you didn't catch this one tonight live, you'll see it late May, early June. Clay Barlow will now step in as a pinch hitter. Barlow with a graceful slide into second earlier in this ball game. Took over in left field. Eventually tagged out at home as Robbinsville was trying to eke out a run. But if you look around here on our archives on YouTube, we have about 3 years worth of content for you to look through. We mentioned we started this venture in the middle of the pandemic when government meetings started back in person, but we're limited to about 10 people a room. You got 5 or 6 people on a panel, a minute keeper, and an attorney. That's about 7 or 8 folks right there. So not a lot of public can be there, but we can. One of the perks of the press, if you'll have it. Got through a trying time. Pitch in there, the inside part of the plate. Barlow steps out to gather her bearings.
Go, Claire.
And we're closing in on 4 years of content here very, very soon.
North Carolina.
Be sure and subscribe, though, fans. That'll get us where we need to be for August.
There you go.
And Barlow's going to split the gap in her pinch hit appearance. How about that? Her first one of the game. She'll circle the bags. Better slide that time. Stuck the landing. Atta girl, Claire Barlow. How about that double for the junior from Tuskegee? 2 out, 2 bagger here in the bottom of the 5th. And her BFF in real life, Liz Carpenter, will step up real life, like softball's not real life. I digress. It's a rabbit hole we don't need to go down. Carpenter up. Going to bring her friend home. See what she can do here in the bottom of the 5th inning. She'll send it to third base on the first pitch and gunned down by Dorsey at first. One stranded. Let's go to the 6th. 6-1 Lady Knights.
Leading off for A.C. Reynolds at the top of the 6th. Jayla Dotson.
How many strikeouts does she have on the season?
I'm glad you asked one.
Dotson's first pitch of the inning is dealt by Miss Frapp. We're back with you 6-1 from Western Carolina on the Gramstar Sports Network. Hope you're enjoying our broadcast this evening.
41.
Hey,
Well, last year she had like over 100. We got 3 seniors. She's moving to the state.
Pitch outside. Dotson, Poland, and Treadway due up for
playing college.
A.C. Reynolds here in the top of the 6th. But Lady Rockets are down to their last 6 outs. Emery Frapp has done her darnest to hold the 4A Rockets at bay and has done so very effectively so far. Only 1 run surrendered.
Nobody else has committed anywhere yet. I would think the
Waddy to Taylor. 1 out on the grounder
she has
from Dodson.
She's got 7 home runs this year.
Here's Poland.
Trinity Poland. 7 home runs, which is a top first and second in Rossville. So he's a softball. Girl at third base is a stud. I think she'll replace him. She could. He's only a freshman.
Pitch catches the plate 0-1 to Poland.
Thatcher could, if she.
Aubrey Treadway, the starting pitcher today, only lasted 2 innings, but she's still in the ball game. After being relieved by Catherine Welch, as Poland says that one to right field, Liz Carpenter makes a great running grab over her right shoulder, right at the warning track. 2 outs.
Next, number 3, Aubrey Treadway. No idea where she went.
And another pop-up in the right field. This time, Surrey Waddy over her shoulder. Short order. The Rockets are retired 1-2-3 in the top of the 6th. Robbinsville up by 5 on GramstarSports.com.
Leading off for Robbinsville, on bottom of the 6th, number 99, Naomi Taylor.
And Naomi Taylor is back in the leadoff spot. Last time she led off an inning in this game, she homered. Her first at bat of the game. She homered. She's got 4 RBIs already today. 2 long balls on her resume. She's came to life here in Cullowhee this afternoon. It's all coming together for Naomi Taylor here on the Gramstar Sports Network.
Oh, Lord.
And the first pitch of Taylor's popped up high to left field. She's done it again. Boy, I tell you, she's hit all three sides of the ballpark. Taylor with her third home run of the ball game here on the Gramstar Sports Network. How about that? Well, that young lady is full of smiles as she gets the home run crown popped on top of her head. Heading back to the dugout. 7-1 Lady Knights. You can give Naomi Taylor credit for 5 of those runs. And we're going to have a brief conference inside the circle. Head coach Joe Green has made his way out to discuss things with Catherine Welch and the Reynolds infield. The Lady Rockets outfielders have met for a conference of their own at center field. And it's a quick discussion, it looks like. Party's going to break up. Boy, have yourself a day, kid. Naomi Taylor, 3 homers today. I just checked. She's had 1 in her varsity career. That was last season. So she's more than tripled her output from last year and, well, her varsity career in a matter of about 4 innings in Cullowhee. Home runs in the 2nd, 4th, and now the 6th. Lady Knights leading 7-1. To be honest with you, fans, when that ball took off the bat, I did not think it was going to stay in the ballpark. It looked like it was just going to be a high pop-up to center or left field, I beg your pardon. All Katie Williams could do was watch as it dropped over the other side of the fence, however. Just to the left of the scoreboard. And Williams supposed to charge him one to right field, but playable. And right on the edge of the grass, was second baseman Maggie Nesbitt to take that one home. 1 out. Back to the top of the lineup. It doesn't get easier. Here's Zoe Schuler.
Zoe Schuler.
Catches the plate 0-1. Tell you, Welch has done a decent job since coming in relief. She's given up 3 runs, sure, but is in her 4th inning of work right now.
Definitely helps her here.
She's a junior, so she'll be stepping up next year, I'm sure, as the #1 pitcher for the Rockets. After Treadway graduates, fly ball to right field is snagged by Trinity Poland. That's out number 2. Surrey Waddy is the last chance for any insurance to be tacked on by Robbinsville. Rake down the left field line, foul.
Sorry.
And Waddy will send the ball to left center field on a quick bead. Was Cameron Presley to make the play. Naomi Taylor homers for the 3rd time today. We'll go to the 7th. Robbinsville leading 7-1 here on GramstarSports.com.
Number 27, Kate Oda. Leading off for the Lady Rockets in the top of the 7th. Number 15,
Autumn Edmonds, the only RBI of the day for the Rockets, belongs to her. Doubled home a run in the top of the fourth. And she's one of the last three chances due up for the Reynolds Rockets to come back here. Robbinsville trying to close this one out as his memory Frapp inside the circle. 8 strikeouts today for the senior from the Potawatomi tribe of Oklahoma. Peyton Odom is in the game now at first base. Naomi Taylor, after 3 homers, has earned a half inning off, I suppose. Peyton Odom has came in to relieve her at first base. And Coach Billy Knott does a fantastic job of trying to get all these young ladies playing time. He'll tell you in any conversations you have with him on or off the record, every one of these girls could start at any program in the Smoky Mountain Conference. There's only so many holes open in the lineup and on the field, however. Don't want to miss any years. And that one's chopped by Edmonds to Schuler. Throw across the horn will be in time. Boy, Odom stretched out, showing off her defensive prowess, if you'll have it. 1 out.
Number 10, Caden Williams.
Caden Williams will step in now. Rockets down to their last 2 outs here on the Gramstar Sports Network.
They have a very specific song that they play in, so
First pitch, hopped up to third baseman Presley Kaler. She'll grab it in her glove. 2 outs. And now the Rockets' last hope and prayer is Jordan Dorsey.
Pitching will be number 11, Reese Finland.
I'll stand corrected. Reese Finland has jogged out in a relief appearance at the plate. Rockets trying to get all their batters in if they can today. They've still got several subs we've yet to see. Aaliyah Carter, Kavaya Dills, Kendall Bopp, Charisma Green, Emma Vandermoor, and Deja Smith have all suited up for the Rockets today, but we've not got to see them in action. Not much reason to. Rockets have struggled today. Emery Frapp has been almost lights out. RBI double in the fourth is all she's really surrendered as far as serious offense. There was a couple of runners on in the first. Other than that, it's been 8 strikeouts and pop-outs and ground-outs and
I met him this morning. And
lights
he seemed
out.
Nice, and his wife seemed nice.
All is chopped foul
Gotten to hang
here
out
in the
with
top of the
him,
7th.
men's coach, and his staff a lot lately, and they all seem
So thankful that you've joined us
very
this
excited.
afternoon for our free telecast of Lady Knights and Lady Rockets softball here on the Gramstar Sports
like 11.
Network.
It was a lot.
It was insane. He had a good year.
He did, and I'm excited to see where he ends up. Because I know he declared for the draft. Russ declared, but he wants to go to international.
Pitch foul back by Penland.
Turkish basketball. Look out.
He said he told me he wanted to end up in Japan.
Oh wow.
I think it's insane.
Yeah, that's
I mean, hey, if his girlfriend will follow him anywhere, good luck to them.
Japanese basketball.
I think Trey might try.
And a piece of it did Miss Penland get. Wow, I thought she swung through that one, but she did get a hack on it. Just trying to stay alive, as the Bee Gees would say. And we'll get a dusting of the plate to make sure the balls and strikes stay in line. Shirley Webster, thankfully, will stretch her legs for a moment, I'm sure. She's
I feel like it's not keeping athletes accountable.
another one of these talented freshmen that moved up this year. Webster's homered twice this season. Not batting tonight.
But an NIL.
Roseville is on a frenzy this year with the long balls. They are tough. They're going to be a tough out down the line. This could be it. Waddy will scoop it up. Pitch to Odom. That's the ball game. Lady Knights have traveled to Western Carolina and pick up a 7-1 victory over the AC Reynolds Lady Rockets. Not 1, not 2, but 3 home runs here tonight for Naomi Taylor. Holy cow, 5 RBIs for the young junior. And that pretty much does most of the damage. And for all of us here at the Gramstar Sports Network, I'm Kevin Hensley wishing all of you a great rest of spring break. Again, your final score, Robbinsville 7.
We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the sky. We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the sky.
Phillips 3. It's in. She is on fire right now on the Gramstar Sports Network.